You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily
and Jason. Emily, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, babe. It's actually tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, yes. But
to the listener, it's actually 2 days from now.
So confused. It's actually...
I actually have a really hard time remembering when our anniversary is. We got married on Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. And so that is sort of our anniversary to me.
I know why. You always think it's on the 28th, and it's the 29th.
Why?
Because back in the day, when we were engaged, we were looking at invitations, and we saw this thing at Walmart, or maybe it was, at Walmart, and it was cards, and it said Emily and Jason, May 28th.
I remember that.
But we're like, well, we're getting married on a Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
Wedding invitations that you print yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we were making our own invitations, so we were just looking around.
Right. But that's why you get it wrong, because it's yeah. Did you not know that?
No, but we ended up making our own invitations. We did Stampin' Up! If anybody out there is a scrapbooker. Oh. My friend was like a Stampin' Up! I think it's called Stampin' Up!
I have no idea.
She was a salesperson. I think it was like a MLM for scrapbooking.
Oh, like Tupperware, but scrapbooking.
Yes, tons of these stamps and paper cutters.
See,
and
that's way more fun than oils and Tupperware and things like that. That's like, at least it's a hobby.
Yeah, it was cool. She had a whole workshop. It was, so me and my mom and my aunt and I don't know, I think just a couple other people went over there and just made my invitations.
Very beautiful invitations.
Constructed them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little cheesy, and I don't know that they held up that well because the glue got hot on the way there. Oh. So it was like a little fragile.
It like disintegrated when they opened it.
Yeah, there were pockets, and so like you pulled something out, and it like the pocket would pop off.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
But they were homemade.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're beautiful. I loved them and had nothing to do with them.
See, when you say stuff like that, and you're like, oh, that's beautiful. I love it. I'm like,
makes you question
I cannot
things.
Trust you at all, ever, for any
You didn't like your invitations?
Anything. I think I did in the moment.
Yeah.
They were very early 2000 looking, which we got married in 2010.
We got married in the early 2000s.
No, that's...
based on a century.
I guess.
It's the early 2000s. Not based on 2025, maybe.
I mean...
we're still in the early 2000s because we're going to be in the 2000s for at least 1,000 years.
Yeah.
975, to be exact. Okay. So we're in the early 2000s. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't have anything else to say about it.
Well, anyway, that's why you always think it's May 28th and not the 29th.
Okay.
I have a question. What does it say about us that neither one of us has gotten each other anything or planned anything for our 15th wedding anniversary?
I love that you're getting this on a recording just to like make sure to keep yourself out of trouble.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to say this so that Emily can't use it against me.
We've been married 15 years. I know how this works.
I know. Well, it's funny because for the last like 3-4 weeks, you've been like, have you done anything?
Just
gotten
sure.
anything? And I'm like, no. You're like, okay. I really wish I could, but...
I didn't... No, I do not say I really wish I could, but that's not true.
No, it was like, I wish we were more romantic. You were saying that last night. Like,
yeah, I wish that we had the time to put in the thought to do something, and
It's just funny because you've been thinking about it for over a month.
And please show me where we've had so much time to just do something grand for each other.
And I have nothing planned for you. I don't have a card. I have nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. Because, well, for one, we're together all the time.
I definitely want a card.
You want a card?
No. I don't actually.
I did get on a watch website and look at watches, and they were like $600.
I'm okay with that.
Our love is not worth that.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, a watch might not be worth that, but love?
I'm kidding.
No. We have a shared note in our Apple notes and that I made years ago, and she forgot all about that.
Of things you want?
It's just one watch.
There's a link to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But now, please don't get something because you don't have a shared note with the one thing you want. But that's too much anyway. This one's great. I love this watch. Oh, we have back in the corner over here a little box that she got me for Christmas. All right, I'm gonna bring in the camera.
This is rude. You said you wanted to start collecting watches.
Yeah, and that box has a place for...
Are you going to pull it out and show them? That's what's really funny, Jason.
Oh. I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm on this.
It's a little dusty.
I dusted it.
How many years ago did I get this?
So this box... 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
2 or 3 years, probably. And this is my watch collection.
I got you a watch with it, though.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
right
I did buy a watch. It's not like I just gave you a watch.
For those of you just listening and not viewing on Spotify or YouTube, it is a box that when open has these little puffy things to wrap your watches around, and there are none in there. To be fair,
I got you a watch. I did get you one.
Yeah, it's on my wrist, not in the box.
But I'm just saying, like, I didn't just give you an empty watch box. I gave you a watch and a watch box with the promise of future watches.
Yeah.
And the future is vast, Jason.
It's vast and open. I mean, I have chronic kidney disease, so it couldn't be that open.
Spots. If I just went buying you a watch.
Yeah, you don't want to fill it up too fast.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to get multiple boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, watches can get expensive. So
Shall we talk about jewelry holders? Shall we?
How can a man who has a crunchy wife figure out jewelry? That's hard.
No, I mean, if you just get gold, silver, the real
blood diamonds.
No, I don't want a blood diamond. Oh, but let me just say this.
Yes.
One Christmas, I asked for a jewelry holder. I like wearing earrings every so often. They burn the fire out of my ears. They hurt so bad.
You're about to make fun of me.
So I don't get to do it very often, but I do like earrings. If you are one who doesn't really like your face, which sounds sad, but
sad.
Whatever, wear earrings and it distracts from your face. Or if you don't like a feature of you're looking at me like, do not give this advice, Emily.
Whatever, I don't know.
So anyway, I have a few pieces of jewelry. They always end up mangled and tangled and in a big mess because I'm type B and I can't keep anything nice. And so one year for Christmas, I asked Jason for a jewelry box. And I needed a way to just store the few pieces of jewelry that I had. Jason, being extra thoughtful and sweet, decided to buy me an antique French lavender drying rack with this vision of making it into a jewelry something.
Holder. Yeah.
It is still in the garage and never was hung. We brought it from our last house. It's never been used to dry lavender. It's like this big metal heavy grate that you probably spent way too much money on.
Yeah.
It's like kind of ugly.
Oh.
It sounds romantic. An antique lavender drying rack. Like
you should just use it to dry lavender.
I don't have lavender.
Get some.
I want some.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Here's what usually happens with our gifts. I'm like, I really want some lavender. Can I just order like 15 plants? And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I really want this camera lens. Can I? Yeah. And that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good.
But it's just funny that we both have jewelry things that have sat empty for years.
Yeah. With the anticipation of growing the collections. If you wanted me to get you a jewelry box, like just a box, what's going to end up happening is to you, it will be the ugliest thing that you have ever seen ever.
True.
Just
That's
because
not
it's
true.
not like, I can't figure out.
You could have gone to the Learning Railroad, which is a toy store in our area.
See, what? Oh, I could have gone to a toy store.
They have those like old school 90s jewelry boxes.
Caboodles?
No, it's it's a nice box. And when you open it, the ballerina spins around.
That's a music box.
There's jewelry spots.
Oh.
I would have taken that.
What?
Yeah, that would have been great.
See, there's no universe in which I would have thought that's a good idea.
I never got one of those as a kid.
Okay.
Know me better, Jason.
Really? Wow. See, to me, your tastes are so obscure.
No,
it's hard. Your tastes are very specific, so obscure. You're not picky, and you're not like ungrateful. That's what I want to reiterate. I want to reiterate. Yes.
That's what you were going for. Yeah. I think you hit the head on the nail there with the antique lavender.
Nail on the head. But go ahead. You hit my head with a nail on that one.
Yeah. So I see where you were going with that.
Uh-huh. I just didn't fully deliver.
It didn't come to fruition then.
That's fine. All right. Well.
Okay, well, I can't remember our anniversary, so.
Let me tell you, men, when your wife can't remember your anniversary, you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot because, usually it's the other way around.
We're lucky we got married in 2010. That makes it so easy to remember how many years we've been married. So many people struggle with that aspect. They can remember the anniversary, but they don't know how many years they've been married exactly.
Just go by tens. We're good. All right, Emily. I want to take a moment and talk about one of the show's sponsors, Wrinkle. We've been using it a little bit now. It's been interesting. The kids love it.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, and I'll roll the B-roll as you let us know more about Wrinkle.
If you've ever felt guilty scraping your food scraps into the trash while sipping your raw milk and wearing your linen apron, but you don't have chickens, well, there's a solution. Wrinkle, a sleek countertop composter that turns everyday food waste, including meat and dairy, into nutrient-rich compost in just 24 hours. It's whisper quiet, like 28 decibels quiet. No odor, no mess, and no more smelly trash can. Just toss in your scraps and let Wrinkle's advanced microbes do their thing. You don't even have to empty it daily. It fits right on your countertop and makes you feel like a sustainability wizard. And yes, it actually works. Over 150,000 happy composters agree. So whether you're in an apartment, on a homestead, or somewhere in between, Wrinkle makes it easier than ever to reduce food waste and regrow goodness. Go to wrinkle.co. That's REENCLE.co and use code CRUNCHY for an extra 10% off on top of any current promos.
Our kids have loved it. They've been scooping things in there. Probably food they don't like to eat. On the sly.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. 15 years. We are officially old. Apparently.
I remember meeting somebody whenever I was a teenager, and they're like, yeah, we've been married 15 years. And I was like, ew.
Yeah.
That's longer than I've been alive. Now here I am.
Here we are. Yeah, I do remember, for so many years together, as we've traveled and gone many places, we have always been, probably because we hang out with old people, but at least historically so, we have always been the young couple, and now there's starting to be that shift just a little bit. We're not the youngest of the people that we meet these days.
I have friends who have only been married 7 years.
Only?
What?
Yeah. In their 20s?
What?
Yeah. Man, my 30s are almost over. It's crazy. Not you. You're still halfway through your 30s. I'm married young. A young one. Robbed to the cradle.
No.
You're 36, right?
Right.
Yeah. I keep thinking you're 37 for some reason.
So does my mom.
Yeah, I don't know why.
She said that. She said that because
You're about to be 37.
I sent an article to her about this guy named John Welts.
Oh,
Has
my
anybody
goodness.
else seen that in the news? This guy.
Please tell this story.
He's like a Bitcoin king. They called him the King of
Kingpin,
Kentucky or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was worth over $100 million.
Uh-huh.
And recently he was arrested for kidnapping an Italian businessman and torturing him in his Manhattan mansion that he paid $78,000 per month for. He was torturing this guy to get his Bitcoin password.
Yeah.
This guy's worth over $100 million, has a private jet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Anyway, the whole point of this story is to say I could have ended up marrying him in a roundabout way.
Well, because you know him. I don't think you've said that yet.
Because I went to elementary school with him.
Yeah.
We were students together. We were classmates for like most of elementary and part of middle school.
Yeah, and your families knew each other, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Crazy. I was closer friends with his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
We were so close, like inseparable.
Yeah.
So I didn't like hang out with him a whole lot, but I remember going to school dances together, and
could have married a
Bitcoin
millionaire.
Could have.
I mean,
if I had pursued that hard enough. There is some degree of belief because we met each other and we were
well, I guess you could say you dodged a bullet both figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
You might be absolutely filthy rich on your yacht right now, but your husband would have tortured somebody.
I think he was into younger women because he had an accomplice that was 24 and
okay, well,
so I was a little young for my class though.
So it really would have worked out.
Oh no! I look back at pictures of myself from the yearbook, and I'm like, there's a reason I didn't have any friends.
No, I thought you were about to say, there's a reason I ended up with the man I got.
The cutest guy ever?
You married down.
I did not.
You married down.
You have a dimple.
I married up.
Automatically.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, John Welts, innocent until proven guilty, I say.
Just look him up.
Yeah. All right, Emily, there's some people out there who want to know, how have we made it so long?
15 years.
15 years.
It's really not that long.
No, actually, I mean, it's flown by. But what do you think?
Why?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest issues in marriages, probably the leading causes of divorce, are infidelity and like stressful situations, some kind of high stress issue.
Yeah.
So I think we're making it because neither of those have affected us.
Yeah. Right. And
but I think some people are more bent towards, I mean, we have had stressful situations. Don't get me wrong. Certainly. There's been plenty of stress.
Yeah. A completely stress-free marriage.
No, but like we've had family illness and deaths and job changes and moves and financial insecurity. But I guess maybe like we've known that we are both in it together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it. But what I was going to say about the infidelity thing, like I just have a theory that one of the reasons people fall into that is that they're bored.
Sure.
They're like looking for some excitement in their life.
Well, I would say not even just with infidelity, but with other things just in general. They're not excited.
Just discontent.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Which the whole board, I mean, that encompasses that as well as just, I don't want to be here anymore.
Right.
I don't want to be doing the same thing all the time every day. You know, people like to work towards things. People are generally goal-oriented, and when they fall into this place where they don't like to be, it's not great.
And you can kind of feel stuck.
Yeah.
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 So I think one thing we have going for us is that we haven't been bored.
Certainly not bored. We are not bored people.
Yeah.
We have, you know what? I have a theory that a strong marriage is all based on how many dining room tables you let your wife buy.
We're 17 strong.
She's certainly not bored. She's had 17 dining room tables.
Well, really, we've only had like
you want
15
another one
or
too.
16. I do want a different one. But
you have a problem.
I think the last time we mentioned this on the podcast, we said 15, but I've purchased 2 tables since then. They're just in my garage. Does that count?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they're not dining room tables.
They are dining room tables.
Yeah.
Actually, so it would be 18 because I'm not counting that other one.
And see, that's so funny because you're not a hoarder.
I'm not.
And like, that's the one thing you actually are kind of a hoarder about.
And chairs.
It's the only thing.
No, I love chairs.
But
I
you
like
don't buy
tables
chairs
and
that much.
Yes, I do. I started buying fold-up chairs.
Oh, okay.
So that you don't notice them. You just fold them and stick them. If you stick them along the edge of the garage in little crevices and such, I've got like 20 fold-up chairs out there, and I don't think you've even noticed.
No, I probably haven't. I don't think I have.
Yeah, they're cute. I love vintage antique chairs. The problem with it is they're not always that comfortable. Sometimes they are. But, yeah, I love tables and chairs.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that you're also not hoarding them either because you sell them and then get a new one.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have 15
we don't
tables.
Have 15
no,
in
I
our
just
garage.
traded up.
If
but no,
we did, that would be a problem.
I have 3 in our garage because I've been like hosting more stuff at our house with our Forest Friends group and stuff, and it's nice to have nice tables.
That's true.
For the aesthetic. So. Yeah.
Well, you just bought a table yesterday that hit the vibe.
Oh, I love this table. It's actually a desk. But I would use it as a table.
Small. It's not a large dining room.
No. I can carry it alone.
Yeah.
Beautiful wood, antique, just gorgeous. Just the look of it. Ooh, sparks so much joy.
Yeah.
On my way there, I was actually practicing saying, thank you very much for spending the time. I am no longer interested.
Are you talking to the table?
No, I'm saying this to myself. I'm not going to buy this table. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry that I made you come to your storage unit. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I was talking myself out of it, and I was gonna say, I'm no longer interested. I'm so sorry. Here's $20 for your time. Like, I was prepping myself. I don't need to buy this. Mm-hmm. And I saw it.
And you saw it.
And there was just a spark of joy.
Had the old nails in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The leaded nails.
The leaded nails.
But I can get over that.
We're not licking the nails.
We're not licking the nails. It's okay.
Your plate covers it.
Yeah, our lead-free plates that I'm very secure in.
The bottoms of them.
Yeah.
They don't absorb. Just don't eat off the nails.
Right.
Yeah. Well, back to marriage. Compatibility. Some people think that compatibility is a little bit overrated.
I think it is. I don't know that we are overly compatible. Are we?
Listen. All of our free Facebook personality tests put us at almost perfect.
Okay, that's true.
I mean,
but like
that was part of the joke is that it's the free Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come on. I didn't know if that was.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, I didn't get a laugh.
But I think that just if someone hung out with you on your own and then someone hung out with me on my own and they didn't like, they were a matchmaker type of person, I don't think they would think like, oh, you've got to meet my friend Emily. You guys would just hit it off.
I think that's because, and I don't think we're necessarily opposites because I think we actually have quite a few things in common, but we are opposites in certain ways. I don't think people put opposites together. I think opposites typically attract.
They work,
yes,
yeah.
And they do work together because, others you have strengths, they have weaknesses, both of them. But I don't think when matchmakers are like making matches, they're not thinking, oh, they're completely different. They'll be perfect.
Right.
And so, I think I think a variety. I think compatibility is also overrated, but I think too that there are certain. I think compatibility isn't what we think it is. It doesn't mean we're in sync with everything. It means that we lift each other up in the places that we have the hardest time, and our strengths boost the weaknesses of each other. I think that's more compatibility. And I think compatibility in terms of what other people see as compatible is likeness. And that's not what I think is what is true, because we approach things very differently. And sometimes, particularly you, don't like that about about us sometimes, which is fine. Mine tends to veer more towards the anger side of things, like, short-tempered sort of. I mean, I'm not like throwing things or anything like that, but raising my voice some, that's not you. That's not you. I mean, I've heard you raise your voice once or twice in your life, but me, it's once or twice a day. So what's funny is I don't actually raise my voice at you very much. It's usually at the kids because they're far away.
Yeah, that's
far away.
Well, I raise my voice when they're far away, for sure.
Yeah.
You would be surprised to know, out of our entire Forest Friends group, I'm probably the one who yells the most. But it's because I'm like, hey, kids, get back here.
It's kind of like that teacher voice.
Yeah, it's a little teacher, yeah. There is one other lady who comes pretty regularly. She was a teacher. And so sometimes we'll just be like, hey, Melinda, can you...
Yeah. I've seen it in action. It's pretty incredible. Like we had a birthday party or something. It's like
Melinda, can you
corral all the kids? And she's like, she is on it. Got it. Kids! And they all like straighten up and like form a line somehow.
She's got the look too. She can do it.
Well, I didn't know that a tone of voice could automatically make kids form a line. I have not mastered that. So it takes years of experience, I'm sure. Warren Buffett said that the most important decision you could ever make in life is deciding who you're going to marry.
How many times was he married?
I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe just twice. 7 times. No, I think he was married to his wife for like 50 years.
Wow.
But they separated really a few times.
What? Oh.
Look it up. I could be off. How many times? But I thought he had been married to just one.
I mean, it does impact your entire life. It's
a financial decision, an emotional decision. It's a life. That is the most important decision, because you got to live with that person, and then if you're not going to live with that person, you got to pay that person when you don't live with them.
Twice.
Did she pass away? I think maybe she passed away.
Okay, they married in 1952 and remained married until her death in 2004.
Okay, so yeah, she passed.
They did separate in the 70s, but never divorced.
Yeah.
And then he remarried in 2006.
Okay.
So it wasn't even a divorce situation.
No, yeah. I didn't think he was. I thought they had been married a long time. And so I didn't, you said... How many times were they married? And you expected a billionaire to be like, well, at least 7, So, no. But I think it's sort of, when you hear it, actually, I thought that's sort of profound when I first read it. But then I thought, well, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, the most important decision you'll ever make is who you build a family with and the person you spend all of your time with.
Yeah.
Of course, most married couples don't spend all of their time together. And we spend a lot of our time together.
See, that is something I will say I lean towards jealousy.
You're jealous of people who don't have to spend time with their husbands?
No, I'm saying when people talk about like a work wife or a work husband or whatever,
yeah, that's weird.
I couldn't handle that.
That's strange.
Like, I barely didn't like that you shared a cubicle with another woman. And it's like, it was open. It's not like...
Yeah.
But, like, there was something in me. Like, it's not fair. She gets to spend And you guys didn't even talk, really. I mean, you did some.
No, I mean, just whatever we had to talk
yeah,
about.
Yeah. But it wasn't like you were like best buds and just like shooting the breeze.
I have never worked with anyone who was just my best bud, except you.
I know, but
like,
no, that is a real thing.
No, I know. I've always thought that was weird. The whole work spouse thing.
I couldn't handle that. So I'm glad that you have always been driven to become self-employed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just hate working for people.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Relationships at work, people you have to work with. I always felt this. I can't believe that I actually spend most of my time with these strangers.
Right.
That I have to. They're all nice. They're all perfectly good people. There's nothing wrong with them. But it's like, I'm not really choosing to spend my life with these.
Life, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, people get by with that. And people have great relationships at work. That's fine. I don't, people have to do what they have to do. But I've always felt that it was
the workplace environment
weird.
can influence that as well.
Well, it's 10 times worse when you can't stand the people you work with. I've been in that situation too. It's awful. It's awful. Yeah. But go ahead. Sorry.
So I think sometimes it's actually a lifeline for people who are lonely to have people that they've developed these close relationships with, Yeah.
Well, workplace people are a lot of times the friends. They are those people's friends. And,
right.
I never.
You were never like hey, let's go out after work and da 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 da.
No.
You're like, no, I was with you all day.
Yeah. Except with you, having worked with you, I'm like, hey, let's go out after work.
Yeah, but we worked together after we were together.
So really, there's only about 6 years, so less than half of our marriage where I worked away from you.
Right.
6-ish years. So almost half. Where I worked away from you. And the other half we worked together. And I always enjoyed working with you. And we're working together now. And it's so cool. Much different now.
Yeah.
Because it's all driven by us.
Yeah.
And it carries its own stresses and it carries its own perks.
You know what I've noticed though? You are really more the one who pushes really very crunchy things like, let's try doing this. Let's try doing that. And I like it because now I don't feel guilty asking if I can buy another table because you're not going to tell me no because you're asking me to do something for really very crunchy.
Well, I put you into a job by accident. Yeah, you were perfectly fine being the stay-at-home mom, not having to do work things. Work things, as just to clarify, work as in a job.
Yeah.
Specific. Yeah.
Being a homemaker is a career.
I am not saying that it's not. I just meant like
I'm helping
payroll.
You clarify.
Yes,
right.
Thank you.
Right.
I mean, we all know homemakers don't do anything, but that's besides the point.
Ha ha ha.
But yeah, yes, I certainly feel the whole Emily now has that plus really very crunchy. You're welcome. Sorry. Like, I want to go to Bug Club. Can we finish this podcast? No, I think working together, especially the beginning of our marriage, we spent 5 years working together, or 6, and it was wonderful. And we became truly best friends. And I think that sounds so cheesy, but if you marry your best friend, it means something.
Yeah.
I've seen couples before. And I mean, everybody has. Everybody knows this couple. It's like, how in the world did they get together?
Yeah.
Like,
they don't even seem like friends?
Yeah. And I mean, you see it too. You see people who don't enjoy each other. It's sad.
Yeah.
There
is something honorable about sticking to your promise, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they should do something different other than try to make it work. I mean, but you also don't know the inner workings of people. The surface, what you see on the surface, it could be far more positive and far more negative than what you actually see. You can only make assumptions, and it's probably not even good to do that. So
none of your business.
None of my business. Man, they don't work. I don't know what's going on with them. None of your business. Here's what I think is another key. I live my life it is my life goal. I have no other actual goal than to make you laugh.
That is your life goal?
There's a particular laugh, too. It's when you are laughing so much that your nostrils start flaring over and over and over and over again. Like, not quite yet. There it is. There it is. There it is. We're going to zoom in on that one. It is my life goal and pleasure to make you laugh in that way. And that level of laugh, the nose thing, doesn't happen every day. I think I make you laugh every day.
Yeah, I was going to say there have only been like 2 days in our marriage that I didn't laugh.
Yeah.
Probably.
And both of those days you were on your period. I'm just kidding.
The day before my period.
The day before your sorry. But all the other ones, I nailed it. No. But I mean, I do think there's something to laughter in a marriage. I mean, you make me laugh all the time. It's just
I don't usually try, though.
It's not your life goal. I get that. I understand that. But it is certainly.
But I don't make you genuinely laugh every day.
Well,
probably more like
a belly
once a
laugh
week for me. Belly laugh maybe once a month or maybe once every quarter.
Usually on your period. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm kidding. No, but you are generally funny, and there is a humor in our life that I just truly love and enjoy.
And our kids are funny.
I don't actually belly laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I'm more of that's funny, and I really appreciate it, but like, I'm not it kind of takes a lot to get me there.
I'm not a big belly laugher.
No, I'm just
either.
really funny.
Yeah, you are funny. I followed somebody on Instagram that was like, I married the funniest man I know, and I could like hear him talking in the background or something, and I'm like, never met Jason.
No, she has no idea. Well, I appreciate it. But that's what's the other thing that's funny about that is that I'm not that funny to other people necessarily.
Same.
I know how you accept humor, so I know what to.
That's the same for me, though. You think I'm funny. But then I'll be in a social situation and like this person's making everybody laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like observing it like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you are being like what I find you to be funny, when you are being funny to other people, a lot of times you come across as very awkward. Maybe socially awkward slightly. I think you've experienced that a couple of times.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've definitely hit this before. Don't be selfish. Don't be a jerk.
You're on the same team when you're married. And I think that took us a little while to figure out with kids.
Especially you.
No. We're on the same team.
Yeah.
Like if you are on a sports team and your goal is to get a goal, get points.
Very good, Emily.
This is I'm using a sports analogy for all the men
taking
listening.
The kids to soccer. You're really.
So if you're on the same team, you got to work towards a common goal. You're not going to fight that person. Like people trade off players, right? For being so handsy or.
What? Handsy?
Like, I'm grabbing the ball. It's mine. Selfish. Not a good team player.
Okay. Yeah.
But
if they're really good at it, they keep them in the game.
Oh.
If they're scoring points.
Really? Doesn't matter if they're not good at playing with other people.
I mean, you don't bench Michael Jordan
Was he not
for
a
being
good
a
team
ball
player?
hog. I'm sure he's
Ball
Michael
hog.
Jordan.
That's the word.
Yeah. You don't bench LeBron James for not passing the ball.
Okay.
So your analogy sort of fell
Warren
apart.
Buffett.
You just separate for a while in the 70s.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying you're on the same team. Like, realize you're
I
on
agree.
the same team. We have a common
And we're equal,
goal.
valuable players. We're
But
all Michael Jordans.
Oftentimes, I do see it, like, even in us, we'll be working towards a common goal,
Mhm.
but determined to do it our way.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
We are on the same team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a big challenge that we in particular tend to face is I'm in particular, I'm not great at when you're having a hard time. Instead of me just like coming in and bringing you back up, it's like, oh, you're pulling me down. Like, it's I
Yeah.
come down with you and like,
But
oh.
you do that to me, too.
That's what, yeah, I know. I think that's a challenge.
Yeah, we do it to each other.
What we've been actually trying to work on is when the other person's down, you got to try to be the one to not be down as well. You can't just go down with them.
Artificially so.
No.
Because that annoys me.
Yeah, there's a balance. There's a definite balance. For some reason, you don't like tickle fights when you're in a bad mood. I don't understand. Somebody needs a hug with a tickle.
No.
Want to make love?
That's what it sounded like you were saying, the tickle thing.
Tickle fight. That is not a euphemism for... I do like tickle fights, though. But, sorry. Okay.
This is a PG podcast, Jason.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe even G.
Is it G-rated? I don't know. We did talk about murder in, like, the second episode.
Pretty much every movie
I know.
has a bad guy, even the G-rated.
There
stuff
are no
that-
G-rated movies anymore.
Mm.
It's all PG for marketing. G-rated signals like Teletubbies or something.
Hmm.
It's not like it used to be. All the G-rated movies that used to be would be PG today for sure. Especially All Dogs Go to Heaven. That should be PG-13.
Did the main character from that end up with the gal of his dreams?
The dog
Yeah,
died.
but he went to heaven. And isn't there like an angel he's in love
He
with?
becomes an angel.
Wasn't there a female dog?
I mean, that went to heaven.
You gotta bleep that out.
No, I don't think they were love interests. I think that she was just saying,
Charlie.
"You can never come back." Well, she lied because he went back.
Mm.
Kind of brings in a works-based salvation to the whole story, but I don't know. Anyway, no, I think in further renditions of that movie, or how they put it out now, I don't think they have his dream sequence where he goes to hell.
Really?
Which was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember seeing it as a kid and thinking, this is nuts. I shouldn't be watching this. For those of you still listening, Emily and I have always made videos together from when we were dating,
Yeah, we used to go to the Sonic Drive-In for some reason
Yeah.
and make videos sitting there.
You know how
what is the milkshake version of a Sonic? What is it?
Blast?
Sonic Blast.
Is that what,
We
or,
would get a-
yeah. I
right?
don't know. I'm not sure.
And we'd try and make the Sonic sound.
Well, there's the commercials where they'd have their, the punch thing. We would just kind of sit there in the car and make our own videos. You can't make the punch sound. It's hilarious. That was close. That was good. That was close. Something about your mouth. You can't do it. I don't know.
It's probably the tonsils, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I don't think I'm
Just kidding.
yeah.
Anyway, so we have decided, we're going to start making vlogs again.
Or yeah, I mean, it's very much so like the videos we used to do in Korea, which we really loved doing, and we just thought, we should do some of this. We've got this platform now, so we've actually linked to our first long form video in the description if you're interested in watching that. It's about taking our kids to the drive-in movies, our mostly screen-free children. good response so far. I think people are liking it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
hopefully,
excited about this new chapter.
Yeah. Hopefully we can keep it up because I like it. It's a more fun way to make videos, in my opinion. Like, I like doing the skits. I really do like doing the skits, but
we are craving a little more authenticity, which the skits are often inspired by things in our real life.
Certainly.
But like, we also would just love to not act so much, but then we're also going to have like comedic parts in the vlogs.
Absolutely.
So if you like the podcast, you'd probably like the long form.
Yeah, and this video actually even starts with a skit and then moves into the more authentic stuff just to kind of hook, you know, for people who might not quite be used to, like, why are they not doing a skit? But then it brings them in.
Right.
I don't know. There's a plan. I don't know if it's working. But no, I love having multiple venues for putting out content. I love doing the podcast. I love vlogging about the different things we're doing. And the thing about the vlogs is that I love documenting what our family is doing so that then our kids have something to watch about our lives and not just a bunch of skits. Which skits are fine. Again, I love the skits because they're really fun and they're received well, but I really love capturing memories. And I think the danger is obviously, you know, you
start living your life around doing that, but we're not going to
do that. No. But I might always carry a camera with me. No, because you never know.
You never know.
But thank you for listening. Happy anniversary, dear.
Happy anniversary. And happy anniversary to you if you also got married on Memorial Day weekend, because that's a hot time to get married.
If you're married.
It was literally hot when we got married.
It was
so hot.
Dreadful.
I got sunburned.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And our butterflies died.
Yeah.
But that's another story for another day if you haven't heard that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you are married or want to get married one day, you should leave a review. And if not, if you don't want to get married, tell us why in the comments. Or if you've got any other advice, leave it in a comment or review, because on Apple you can't leave a comment. So just leave it in the review with 5 stars, of course. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. Happy June coming up.
Thanks again. Bye.